live inside Plaid Arena, Hybrid 1. I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me, I'm joined by
Craig Campbell.
That's right, Craig. We're going to have a good matchup here between the Lady Foresters and the Lady Trojans out of Taylor University. We know the last time these two teams faced off, Taylor took a tough 3-0 win over the Foresters, but that was early in the year, and now both teams with some experience, Craig.
Yeah, Foresters definitely brought this.
Going to be something big for them and for Taylor University. Taylor lost 2 seniors last year. It was close, and Arvin, both are big-time players for them. Have kind of underachieved thus far this year. They're 10-11, 6-5 in conference, when last year they were 26-13 and 13-5 in conference. So Taylor a bit underachieving after only losing 2 seniors. Who do you expect to kind of step up for them and maybe make a play for Taylor in this game?
I see the number 10, Becca Gehrig, and also number 12, Julia Fay. The sophomore and senior duo, they're definitely going to make some intense plays tonight.
I said the setter going to the hitter, that's such a crucial combination. The Foresters maybe have found a few combinations they like as well. So expect probably a high explosive offensive matchup up front. It's going to be who can win the battle at the net, which the Foresters have done a good job of so far. It's just been generating that offense, and you got to think they maybe have found something that's going to work for them. We're going to take just a quick break. We're going to be back with the start of Huntington University taking on Taylor University Trojans. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside me joined by Craig Campbell, and this is FDN Sports.
Fusion Media is kind of this idea to bring broadcasting and film production together. Just doing media, but maybe not in the news field or in the radio field as broadcasting was.
With Fusion Media, you're not stuck in this cookie cutter route to become a news anchor or a radio DJ. There's so much more you can do with it.
Fusion Media is a way to take those everyday experiences and bring them to the students now, in the moment.
I would say there's so many opportunities for you guys to make an instant impact. We have HTV, we have live stream, we have Fuse FM. Like, we're ready for you right now.
It's so exciting as a freshman to be able to come in and right away be doing hands-on things like being a part of HTV and the radio station. And for a freshman coming in, that's so exciting to be able to do those things.
It's just really new. It's the newest idea that's been out. So no other school is going to offer a broadcast fusion media degree. We're the only one that does that. When you come to HU, you're able to really open your field and to be not just a reporter or not just a videographer, but to become someone who's multi-talented. So you can be on air, you can run a camera, you're kind of a one-man band sort of thing. You're really just given the chance to kind of run with ideas and to make stories and to create them interesting from the ground up. And that's a cool opportunity that you're not allowed to do anywhere else.
Here live inside Platt Arena, I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me, I have Craig Campbell. We're getting the starting lineups here from both sides. Taylor going first, getting some of the key players out of the way. Now we're going to take a look at the Huntington University Lady Forester starting lineup here. Foresters look very excited, very enthusiastic about what is to come from this match, Craig.
Yeah, I think they just have a lot of themselves, let alone the other team here, as they want to break this losing streak they have and get the momentum rolling for the rest of the season here.
Definitely, we'd like to see that. See some of the heavy hitters ready to go for Huntington, getting all loosened up. Also, like the enthusiasm you've seen from some of the crowd already. Looking for a good matchup. We've had a lot of sporting events going on here in this past week, and a lot of people getting ready for midterms coming up. But hopefully these ladies are focused and ready to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Craig, now we see who's out here for both teams. We see Sarah Doris out there already. We've seen her come on strong
Yeah, and Huntington just doing well, not to make any mistakes, letting Taylor make gave a few points easy from the serves, and then hitting into the net. He's playing really well, methodical play, nothing too fancy, just playing well, and it's paying off for him.
Definitely playing off so far for Huntington. Played some very good volleyball, been very under control. The offensive side really made the points at the net a priority for him. Really been doing a good job up front. In particular, it's Danielle Gurlwell who was up there. And also, we've seen some very good sets for Huntington, coming from Grimm and Hubby both. They've done a very good job putting that ball right where it needs to be. And end result is Huntington up by 3 so far. Also, we've seen Taylor. It seems like they've had some nice looks offensively. Just haven't quite been able to put a few of those points away. But it's only a 3-point game. I'm a little surprised they're calling a timeout already. Maybe feeling the momentum of Huntington. Don't want to let it get out of their hands too quickly. Now we'll see both teams coming out of the timeout. It's going to be Huntington to serve. Mallard back with it.
Let's see how that timeout affects her serve. Yeah, the Foresters doing really well to just play that continued solid, methodical game right now. Just really attacking the net too. We saw some incredible blocks by Drews earlier and just really powering in. So expect the Huntington University to turn up their power as they go for that more offensive play to close out the game.
Definitely. The Force are going to have to keep on their high horse, kind of like Tonto, and get up out of there. Racing out to a big lead, and the Forces really haven't looked back. We see Taylor try to pull back within, but Huntington's really looking pretty hot right now. HUT hot. They're really up there in the front and getting it done at the net, I would say.
You are right, Kuwasabi.
Coming back out of the timeout, we're going to see Cobb to serve again for Huntington. They're going out wide to Garrett. Bobby going right side, Beaver. Good. Bobby going in the middle to Gurwell right there. Faye with it. Cobb calling him off, going out wide to Mallers. And again, Faye hitting it over. Bobby setting up Beaver. And that will be long. You see Allen coming out. Rachel Boma in for Taylor. Hit from Real. Bobby going to Beaver. Real going to the ground, can't quite get it up high enough. And Beaver getting another point on the board for Huntington. So now we'll see Grimm and Longley coming in for Beaver and Hubby. Grimm back to serve now for Huntington. Springer just trying to hit it over. Grimm going out wide to Longley, and that's long on the hit. We'll see Springer come out. Williamson back in. Williamson to serve. Grimm setting up Gurwell. Maggie Williamson underneath that. Blocked at the net and down. Longley right there with Gurwell. And we'll see Doris come in for Depew. See Faye setting up Greg. That's going to be long. Foresters up 18-12 now. Again to serve. Faye trying to hit it over herself. Not going to be there. Faye out to Garrett. Hit at the net. Cobb getting on the ground. Tapped over. Not quite enough there from Huntington though, as Taylor able to get another point on the board. See Arbuckle in for Craig. Grimm back out to Doris. Hit at the net. Nice block up front with Faye and Boma leading the charge. Taylor pulling within 4. Garrett to hit. Arbuckle with the hit. Grimm hitting it over. Faye out wide to Boma, blocked out of bounds. Taylor with the score. I see Coach Shondell taking a timeout for Huntington with Taylor storming back, closing the gap to 3. Craig, what has Taylor done here to get themselves back within 3 points of Huntington?
You know, they just been giving it all for each point, haven't been giving up any free points like with bad serves or hitting into the net. They've just really tightened up their offense and playing a real solid game right now. They're just digging for each point really hard, and that's what's keeping them in this game right now.
Definitely, we've seen that so far from Taylor. Not giving up, had to use 2 early timeouts to kind of get themselves back on the right track, and now forcing Huntington to use a timeout of their own, maybe get a little bit settled, but we've seen a lot more offense from Taylor. They haven't been wasting that first hit, it seems like. Really been doing a good job setting up the attack, and it's ultimately been hurting Huntington. We've seen Huntington not quite be able to get some of the balls and blocking them out, but I still expect to see Huntington kind of get back going here and win that battle up at the net. See Becca Gary going to be back to serve. Sophomore from Archbold, Ohio. Longley with the hit, blocked out. Going to be a Forrester point as Drews comes back in for Cobb. Very tall lineup out there now for Huntington. Arbuckle just hitting it over. Bring all wide to Doris. Wheel there. Okay. Going out to Boma. Longley's hit. Hitting the top bar. So see Burwell come out. Cobb back in. You see Harrell come back in for Boma. Harrell going to be back to serve. Arbuckle. Mallory's right there. Graham out wide again to Doris. Taylor keeping it alive. Graham down the middle to Drews, trying to slip it through, not there. See a lift being called there on Grimm. Foresters now find themselves only up 2. Again, Allen winning the battle up front. Be Harrell to serve again for the Trojans. They're looking to tie this game up. That ball not going to make it over the net. We see Coach Shondell forced to call a second timeout. We're all tied up at 19. And Huntington definitely not looking so hot right now, Craig.
No, and unfortunately, it seems like a reoccurring theme for the Forest ladies. They get a little too tense. They have this early lead, and they kind of just, tense up or something and let the other team crawl back in. So I'm sure Coach Shondell is telling their ladies just calm, play each point, take it one at a time, and to come out with a victory.
Say Shondell definitely going to settle the ladies down, get the right personnel out there to get the go. We see Huntington looking a bit gassed as well, that crew was, and Taylor going on a bit of a run for themselves, find themselves on the hot streak this time. And Huntington really looking to take this first set. You don't want to let this one get away. It really hurt after being up by that much. And the first set definitely kind of crucial. Not gonna win or lose you the game, but it definitely helps taking that first set, taking that first game, gaining some momentum and some confidence. Now we're gonna see Cruz and Levings coming in for Doris and Grimm for Huntington. First time we've seen both of these ladies tonight. The hit. That's Levin out wide to Longley. Nice hit there from Arbuckle, hitting again, blocked down into Allen. And Taylor gonna be called with the lift. So now we'll see Hubby and Beaver coming in for Levins and Longley. back to serve. We see Real getting back in on the action. Good serve from Hubby. Faye flipping it over and in. Now we see Springer coming in for Williamson. Back tied at 20. Hubby going out to Beaver. That's good! What a player Josie Beaver is, always coming up big for Huntington when needed. Cruz back to serve. Way out wide to Allen, misses that one. Huntington now with a 2-point advantage late in this first set. Nice serve. And from the back. Probably going to Drews. Allen right there. Play out wide to Springer. And Huntington called for going into the net. Going to be Mallers being called with on that. So we see Depew coming out, or excuse me, Depew coming in, Cruz coming out for Huntington. Big answer there for Taylor. Craig to serve. Big serve there for Craig. Tying it up at 22. Who can make the run? Probably out to Drews. Blocked back at her and down and in. Trojans with the +1. Danger zone here for Huntington. Hubby to Beaver, she answers! Girlwell coming in for Drews.
Is somebody making trips? Because that shot was tasty.
It definitely was the Forsters. Looks like I found a game plan with her. It's Cobb to serve. Hubby, fantastic play keeping it in, but Taylor with the great answer back. Gotta love the hustle there from Emily Hubby. Beautiful play. Taylor, though, still with the score and looking at set point. Hubby to Beaver, blocked down and in for a score. Huntington holding on. But now we'll see Hubby and Beaver exit. Longley and Levings coming in. Tied at 24. They send up Springer. Cobb right there. Depew giving it to Mallers. Hits that into the net. And now we'll see Williamson come in for Springer. Taylor again with their second set point opportunity. Crowd on its feet. Keep in mind, folks, this is only the first set. Levings going to Mallers. Nice save from Craig. Faye tapping it over. Cobb ready for it. Levings going out wide to Mallers. And that's long. Taylor gonna take the first set in dramatic fashion, winning 26-24. And we'll be right back with some more thrilling second set action.
We're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry or for people who are simply preparing to lead youth ministry.
One of the things I like about the pastoral leadership track is that Luke and Karen, who worked on developing it, consulted with church leaders so that people preparing for ministry leadership in the church would have the skills and the knowledge that they need.
Some of what I'd want our program to be known for is being really clear-minded about linking our own program vision with the Lord's vision for His people and for the kingdom. What we want to do is be faithful to that which He's called us to. And some of that would be that we believe that the Church of Jesus Christ is going to be well served when it's populated and led by people who have stories of being reached by Christ and are now being well formed to follow Him no matter what the cost.
Is really here to stay in touch with the alumni and graduates, as well as provide resources to them so they can reconnect. It's just really important to us that we keep in touch with them and then let them know what's going on campus as well, things that they might want to continue to stay involved with or maybe participate in an alumni gathering.
I started getting involved as an alumni board member, and we would do various projects throughout the university, throughout the year. Just being able to meet people who've graduated and to listen to their stories about the university, back then the college, and how it's grown today, it's really...
Welcome back here inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me, I'm joined by Craig Campbell. And Craig, what an exciting first set that was.
Yeah. It was a really, really close match. His first set, 24-26, but Trojans able to come back from a pretty big deficit and take the first set of the match.
St. Taylor did a fantastic job coming back. Looked like they were in complete rubbish there, and we're going to see Hubby getting called there for falling into the net. She knew it right when it happened. First point going to Taylor, but definitely Huntington had that game. You got to be a little disappointed. They have to be a little disappointed with the result of that after being up by a couple points and losing it like that. Taylor, though, with a fierce comeback.
Absolutely. Never a good start when you lose the first set. We saw a nice hit there.
Nice job there from Kelsey Cruz, the senior. Didn't see too much of her in the first set, but now showing why she probably should have been in. Hit up front from Arbuckle, blocked at the net. Hubby going to Drews. Tapped by Springer, face it, and Springer up again. That's going to go wide, and Huntington with the point. Drews again with the hit. See a hit over from the back by Garrett. That's going to go long. Huntington rattling off 3 straight points. We see Cruz being called for a foot fault on the serve, so Depew coming in for her. Also we'll see Arbuckle come out. Coming in will be Laura Craig for Taylor. Laura Craig to serve. Bobby going to Beaver. Just gets it over. Bobby now out wide to Mallers. Blocked at the net. Cobb gets a hand on it. Drew's hitting it. Weird chain of events. Forrester's coming back with the attack. Beaver gonna go long on her hit. I think that might be her first miss of the night. We're back tied at 3. I'll be going to Mallers outside. Blocked right back down off of Kate Cobb's arms and out of bounds for a Trojan point. Hubby out wide to Beaver. Real doing a nice job getting there. Springer gonna hit that one into the net. Back tied at 4. Now we'll see Drews take a seat. Growell in for her. Cobb with the nice serve. Springer with the hit, tipped up at the net. Mallers with the nice hit. Gonna be good for a point. I'll be out to Mallers. She'll take a hit at it again. Tipped at the net now. Good for a Trojan score as we see Allen take a seat. Boma in for her. Depew able to get underneath it. Now Beaver with the big hit. She just seems unstoppable, Craig.
She really does.
We see Longley and Levings coming in for Hubby and Beaver now.
Forrester's up 6-5 now.
Levings to serve. Cobb with a great dig out wide now. Longley off the fingertips of Springer, and that's good. Cobb again right there. And blocked back down and in is Longley getting up for that one. Timeout by Taylor. And the Foresters again find themselves in similar territory, up 8-5. It's about the same, exact same score as when Taylor called their first timeout the last set, but it seemed to work for him, Craig.
Yeah. We'll see how the Coach Shondell can teach the Forester ladies to keep this momentum rolling this time and not get frozen up by this timeout.
Yeah, Foresters definitely look to keep it rolling. Last time they did a good job of it, but just couldn't quite get it done there late. Taylor with the great comeback, but right now we've seen the Foresters really strong up front again, really taking care of business. We've seen a lot of great digs also from Kate Cobb, Josie Beaver up front, Haley Longley there coming alive, and those last few points when she got in there, it seems like a full team effort to say the least.
I agree with you there, Logan.
Huntington, though, got to thank Coach Shondell in the timeout, reminding them of the first set and what happened there, telling them not to take their foot off the gas pedal. You have to keep going. You're going to have to go through the finish line, and this is definitely a crucial second set. Foresters do not want to go down 2-0. Want to tie this up going into half. So we'll see Levings back to serve again for Huntington. Out wide, Springer with the hit. And we see the point going to Taylor. Gonna say it was hit at the net. Gonna say it was hit at the net by Longley and Gurwell. Depew coming over, pleading the case for Shondell, saying it should have just hit the net. That the Foresters didn't get their hands on it. Going to be 8-6 after a bit of confusion there. Getting back to the Evans. Levin send up Mallers up front. That's blocked out for a Forrester score. So now we'll see Cruz coming in for Depew. Mallers with the serve. Blocked at the net. Levins gets her hand on it. Cruz getting the free ball over. Hit from Bowman, not there. Cobb going to Cruz. Hit in the back by Craig. Cobb getting down on the ground for that one. Mallers hitting from the back. Real do a nice job keeping it alive. Long point here. That's Faye again getting it down and in for a score. It'll be Craig coming out. Back in, be Garrett. Cruz with the shank there. A nice ace there for Taylor. Levin sent up Longley. Right there in place was Williamson. Comes Arbuckle the other way. Levin setting up Cruz, and she's going to make call for the double hit. And just like that, we're tied at 9. Levin's out to Longley. And again, Williamson's right there. Here comes the hit from Boma. Cobb hitting it back over. And again, she's able to corral it. Gurwell down the middle. Real right there. Arbuckle with the hit, tipped at the net. Levin's out wide to Cruz. Hit the net, then hit back over. Cruz again will take the whack, and that will go long.
Forrester ladies not catching any luck with these long points.
Forrester need to stop the rally. Just over the head of Cobb there. Maller's not quite able to get to it. Now a 2-point advantage for the Trojans. Still Garrett serving. Cruz with a big hit, real underneath it though. That ball going to be blocked down and in for a Taylor University score. And now Coach Shondell going to be forced to take a timeout for Huntington. With Taylor up 12-9. And Craig, what is happening to Huntington?
You know, honestly, I don't think they're playing bad or anything. It's just those long 70 points. Taylor's just lasting a little longer, being able to finish those points out. We had a lot of those between those two timeouts. But only down 3 points. Nothing you can't come back from for Foresters. They really need to dig deep for these points. Losing the second set will be detrimental to the rest of the match.
Definitely, Huntington gonna have to put some more of those balls away when they get on those attacks. We see up front some of the hitters not quite getting it down, but we've seen some great defense plays, specifically from Maggie Williamson, being the senior, being in right place, right time, stopping 2 great hits from Longley on that right side. And Huntington, like you mentioned, on those long volleys back and forth, they're gonna have to start winning some of those points, or else we're gonna see, like we saw last time, Taylor just coming back and taking the set.
We'll see if Coach Shondell had anything inspiring to tell the ladies, see if they can turn this 3-point deficit around.
Like you mentioned, Craig, 3-point deficit. See Garrick with the hit. See how the Foresters respond from the timeout. Levin's getting a hand on it. Longley going out wide. Cruz just playing it smart. Levin's out wide to Longley. And again, Williamson right there at the dig. That one's going to go long. And now Drew's coming in for Cobb. Good answer from Huntington. Levings out to Cruz. That's going to be tipped out. Forster's with the score. Again, it's going to be Gurwell back to serve. Over Arbuckle's head. Miscommunication and leads to Huntington tying it at 12. Halfway through the second set. Comes Faye out wide. Boma, Maller's going to the ground to get it. Let's see, Leving's being called for going into the net. Now, Harrell into the game for Boma. Also, we're going to see Gurwell take a seat. Cobb back in for her on the Forster side of the net. Harrell with the serve. Mallers gets under it. Leving setting up Longley. That's going to go long. Levins finding Cruz, blocked at the net. Cobb again out wide to Cruz. Blocked at the net. See if Cruz hits it there. Here comes Drews, missing it. Levins out to Longley and can't quite get it to fall. Another point for Taylor as now their lead extends to 3. Levings out to Cruz. Hit at the net. Longley doing a great job getting it over. Cobb, fantastic dig. But Levings can't quite get there in time. So now we see Grimm coming in for Levings. Grimm setting up Drews. And Drews going to be called for going into the net. And Coach Shondell going to take another timeout with these Lady Foresters down 17-12. And it seems like they've completely self-destructed after being up 8-5. Taylor just rattling off a good run here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it to the Trojans here. They're just playing well, going hard for each point, and not giving up an inch. And the Foresters are having a tough time coming back into this one. Coach Shondell needs to just get those ladies in the mindset of each point matters and need to fight for each point like it's their last, because if they lose the second set, it's going to be a tough climb for the Forester ladies.
Well, you know, this isn't unfamiliar territory for Huntington, as our women's soccer team traveled to Taylor and won a double overtime thriller against Taylor yesterday. And then today, just right before this game, the men's soccer team beating Taylor in overtime. So look for the volleyball team. Maybe battle back. We might see a 5-setter taking it to extras if Taylor were to win this set. Huntington's never down and out, always still fighting. Nonetheless, Foresters still got themselves in a hole, gonna have to climb out of it. Coming out of timeout, we're going to see Harrell back to serve for the Trojans. Grimm out to Cruz. Gehrig hitting that one. Williamson bringing it back. Arbuckle free ball over. Here comes the Foresters' chance. Grimm going out to Longley. Blocked at the net by Allen. Getting a tip on it. Allen coming back the other way with the attack, and that's down and in for a kill. Forster struggling to put some of these balls away up front. Without the presence of Josie Beaver in there, you can tell it's definitely hurting. Grimm going to Longley. But that one's going to fall down and in for her, and now we'll see Hubby and Beaver coming in for Grimm and Longley. Also, we see Harrell come out. Boma in for her. Hubby with the serve. Nice serve. Gehrig first just hit it over. Hubby setting up Drews. And that will go long. Fay with the hit. That's going to be out. Good call there from Cobb. Forster still down 5. Battling late in this second set. Blocked at the net by Drews and Beaver. Hubby out to Mallers. Blocked back at him. And that was great defense there from Taylor. I see Craig come in for Arbuckle. Also Depew coming in for Cruz. Beautiful save there by Cobb. Getting her hand underneath it. Ball just stuffed at the net there by Taylor. Point going to Huntington. Coach Taylor wanted an explanation for what happened. Nonetheless, it's going to be Cobb back to serve for Huntington, down 5. Allen down the middle, blocked by Gurwell and in. It's going to be the spark the Foresters needed. Cobb serve hitting the net. Craig with the hit. Hubby out to Beaver. Taylor just able to get it over. Hubby going down the middle to Beaver. And she puts that one away as well. Taylor going to take a timeout, fearing the rally coming from Huntington. Huntington closed the gap to 3. Craig, what does Huntington need to do to come away and tie this set up?
Well, I think you just saw they had a lot of momentum building there, just getting fired up after every point. So they just need to keep on pressing on, going hard, and fight for every point like they've been doing here.
Definitely, that's what Huntington's going to have to look to do. You're going to have to keep fighting. You're also going to have to be composed. You don't want to be forcing things too much and giving away free points to Taylor. Make Taylor earn those 5 points. But we've seen Taylor really rev up their defense, in particular at the net, and it's been led by Casey Allen, the 6-foot senior from East Noble High School. She's been getting it done up front at the net. I think that's really shocked Huntington.
That it has.
You see Cobb coming out of the timeout, ready to serve for Huntington, trying to keep the run alive. (20-17). And Taylor and Craig going to be Gary going to be called for going into the net. Huntington with an easy point. Garrick blocked by Beaver, down and in for a score, and just like that, it's a 1-point ball game. We see Addie Bailey coming in now for Becca Gehrig. The freshman from Davenport, Iowa. First time we've seen her tonight. Cobb serving to tie. Out wide to Springer. Beaver going to the ground. Hubby setting up Mallers. Faye setting up Springer. Blocked. Out. And Taylor with the nice answer. Now we see Boma coming in for Allen and the Trojans. It's going to be Alex Reel with the serve. Hubby finding Mallers. Reel right underneath it. Faye out to Springer, blocked back and in. Mallers and Gurlwell doing work at the net. And now Hubby and Beaver will come out. Grimm and Longley coming in. One-point ball game. Grimm with the serve. See Bailey with the hit. Mallers coming back at him. Taylor just able to get it over. Going to be long, and we're tied at 21 late in the second set. Gary going to come back in for Bailey now. Grimm again to serve. Garrick underneath it. Faye setting up Springer. That's blocked into the stands. Gonna be the point for Taylor. See Williamson back in for Springer for the Trojans. See Williamson with the serve. Taylor with the 1-point advantage. Grimm out wide to Mallers. Stuffed at the net. Gonna be hit out. Back tied. Now we'll see Cruz coming in for Depew. Very important second set. Forrester's trying to put it away. Cobb with a dig there. Grimm gets underneath it. Cobb going to Mallers. Mallers hit gonna be long. And here comes Arbuckle in for Craig. Comes Garrick with the hit. Grimm out to Cruz. Count it! The senior with the answer. And now Drew's coming in for Cobb. Crucial time here for the Foresters. Gurwell, short serve. Gonna be hit out. What a serve from Gurwell, tapping the net and going down. 1 point away. Foresters can sense it. Everyone on their feet. This one gonna be playable. Hit from Boma, tipped. Free ball over there. Again, we'll see Boma with the hit. Mallers with the dig. Longley tipped. Down and in, and the Foresters taking the second set. 25-23. Huge second set win for the Huntington University Lady Foresters. We're going to go into the locker rooms all tied up at 1 apiece. Stay tuned to this exciting volleyball action inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me I have Craig Campbell, and this is FDN Sports.
Hello and welcome to FDN News. I'm Jonathan Kane. Our top story today, the Confederate flag has been the center of controversy this year. Legislators voted to remove it from the South Carolina State House a couple months ago. However, drivers on US 24 can catch a glimpse of the flag as they drive into Huntington. A home that sits next to the state highway has the flag flying high in plain view of the road. According to the homeowner, Karen Holman, people have been very supportive of the symbolic flag. For many, this flag represents a time of slavery and poor race relations. However, Holman tells us local drivers honk in support of the flag 50 or 60 times a day. FDN asked her why she wants to fly the flag here. She requested not to appear on camera, but gave us a specific reason.
We've got it hanging because everybody in our family is military. That is our way of flying the flag so that they know that we respect those people that have died for our country no matter which side they were on. I'm not afraid to fly it. I think that it's important that we help our veterans and that we understand that they are people that have died.
We would love to know what you think about this issue, so feel free to let us know on our Facebook and Twitter pages. The mall was once again filled with cowboy hats and flannel this past Saturday as SAB hosted the annual Hoedown. The event featured food, music, and the much anticipated line dancing competition. SAB brought something new to the table this year. For the first time, students competed in a pie eating contest. 16 students competed in 4 rounds of eating different flavors of full-sized pies. Stratton Harrison won that contest. Quincy White and Rachel Platt won the costume competition, and Logan and Austin Presnell won the dancing competition. This year's Hoedown did not have the mechanical bull and hay rides like last year, but still the event remains a student favorite. SAB hopes to have the mechanical bull and hay ride back next year. Huntington University athletic teams have many goals for how the players they will have each year, but we found out these goals deal with more than just athletics. FDN's Kelsey Cruz has the story.
Huntington University has a total of 19 athletic teams. Each team is expected to have a certain number of players each year. However, these roster goals are not set by administration as some may assume. Rather, the coaches of each team set their own roster goals back in 2012 and may increase their goal depending on the given year. This idea was presented by HU's athletic director, Lori Kohler.
The roster goals were set back in 12-13 for that year based on the proposal that I had put together and the feedback I got, okay, we'll do this if you have roster goals. So I sat down with the coaches at that point, and whoever was coaching at that point, me.
The question is, do roster goals serve a purpose other than building the athletic program? President of Huntington University, Dr. Emberton, shed some light on this question.
The university as a whole has an enrollment management plan. We look at a lot of things. We look at new students. We look at retaining the students that we have. But a part of trying to estimate, and I call it guesstimate, the number of students that we're going to have each year, we have to kind of know where they're coming from. In other words, we can't just, okay, well, we're going to have 200 freshmen this year and we hope they come. It doesn't work that way.
Setting roster goals helps the university reach its goal for incoming freshmen each year, which is a great thing. However, I wanted to get a coach's perspective. So I sat down with Huntington University's head volleyball coach, Kyle Shondell, to get his insight on what he sees as both benefits and challenges to setting these goals.
I have an expectation to carry 16 players per year. I think that's a good amount to have on a volleyball roster. And I think that that gives you guaranteed depth in almost every single position. The challenge itself will be in place whether there's a goal or not. So you have to stretch your money the best you possibly can. And that's truly in place on everyone on this entire campus, to where everybody on Huntington University's campus has to do the best they can with the resources they have. And truly they do about as good of a job as any place I've been.
Lori Kohler is also the head coach for women's basketball at HU. She understands both the benefits and the challenges of having to set roster goals.
We're all very competitive. You know, we want to win. You know, we're not in this profession to lose. And so I'm sure that comes as no surprise to you. But, you know, so I think we're always as coaches trying to look for ways to, you know, be competitive and to win. And obviously, you know, it would help us if we could, you know, have the funds to recruit the studs, you know, and But at the same time, with our situation the way it is, we wouldn't have any depth if we did that. So, there's some give and take that has to happen there, and, it's a balancing act.
While coaches continue to set roster goals, President Emberton will hold them to these goals in pursuit of excellence. Although trying to obtain a certain number of players may not always be ideal, it certainly aids in building athletic programs and the university as a whole. Reporting for FDN News, I'm Kelsey Cruz.
President Emberton says academic scholarships and financial aid also serve as incentives for athletes to come to HU. Well, that's all the time we have on this episode of FDN News. Feel free to check us out online at forresterdigital.net and follow us on Twitter at FDN_news. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time.
Plans don't always go the way we want them to, but you're not alone in this adventure called life. Remedy Live is a non-for-profit web station that strives to produce a positive message while helping teens who need it. If we can help you, text the word REMEDY to 313131 or visit our website at remedylive.com to chat with someone there. Remedy Live. We chat, we listen, we love.
Welcome back here live inside Platt Arena, where the Huntington University Lady Foresters are all tied up with the Taylor University Lady Trojans. And it was an exciting first and second set action. Taylor taking the first set 26-24, and Huntington battling back, taking the second set 25-23. Very close games on both sides, Craig.
Yeah, both these teams just evenly matched across the board and across the sports, as we've talked about men's, women's soccer going into overtime there. Double overtime even. So like you said earlier, we may be going into a 5-set match here tonight.
Definitely Huntington in need of a win, coming up winless there, and their trip to Illinois coming up out empty-handed, really needing a rebound here with a Crossroads League win as we get the third set underway. Cruz gonna get the first point on the board for the Foresters. And we saw in both of the previous sets, Huntington got out to a fast start. And then it was midway through where they started falling apart. You see Arbuckle with the hit. Here comes Hubby going out right side to Beaver. Easily handled. Allen with the hit. That's going to be out. They're going to say it hit some fingertips, giving the point to Taylor. So Taylor with the point. We see Springer coming in already for Williamson. Coach Shondell would like to see what number and who it went off of. So point going to Taylor. Much of the contest of the Forster crowd. Beaver with the big hit. Taylor, though, able to handle. Here comes Hubby going to Drews up the middle. Blocked right back and down for a Trojan score. It's going to be Faye with the serve. Ace there from Faye. Cobb can't quite corral that hit. Nice serve there. And Allen again with the block up front. Arbuckle barely getting that over. Comes Cruz. Trojans keeping it alive. And Drew is being called for going into the net. And now this time it's the Trojans out to a quick 4-1 lead. Cobb with a miss hit there from the back. And Coach Shondell is going to take a timeout. His ladies down 5-1. Taylor rattling off 5 points in a row. And Craig, what happened to the Foresters there coming out on path?
They're just looking sloppy, to be honest here. A lot of just missed hits, not getting over the net. Coach Shondell not the happiest. But he's going to be straightening up his ladies there as we get out of that timeout.
So maybe the Foresters come out a bit too relaxed after taking that second set, feeling like they know how to beat Taylor. They felt like they let Taylor back into that first set. Maybe they feel just a bit too confident right now. And I think down 5-1, like you mentioned, just some early blunders, some bloopers there. Huntington just hasn't quite been able to get the ball over the net at sometimes, and easy times, which you would like to see from them. Haven't been doing what they did in the first and second half. I'm sure Coach Shondell going to settle them down, get them back to playing some real volleyball here, and hitting the ball and finding the spots, and really working the ball around. Taylor, though, has to like having an early cushion compared to playing from behind like they did in the previous two sets.
Yeah, let's see what the Trojans can do with this early lead.
And here comes Hubby going to Beaver. Blocked by Springer, down and in for a score. Hubby out wide to Beaver. And Beaver putting that one away in normal form. Cruz back to serve. Faye going to Arbuckle. Tipped at the net by Beaver. Comes Mallers. Reel right under the... Faye out wide to Arbuckle. Splitting the defense, finding the empty spot. That's good for a score. Now Arbuckle comes out. Craig comes in. And Beaver easily getting her hit blocked down by Allen. Allen been an absolute force up front.
She really has.
Faye setting up Gerd. And that's good again for a Trojan score. 9-2. The lead extends to 7. Hubby to that's gonna go out. And the Force just can't generate any offense, and Coach Shondell calling another timeout. With these ladies down 10-2 now. Yeah. Not at all what we've seen out of Huntington in the previous 2 sets. What's going on, Craig?
It seems like Cobb's is not getting the right positioning for these balls. She's had a few plunders here and there, and just the ladies aren't really getting it over the net, and when they do, it is easily deflected, like we said early. So you need to have some more power behind those hits in order to score those points. We did see the kill by Beaver, which we thought might have stopped the onslaught of the Trojan offense, but to no avail.
Taylor definitely on their Trojan horse and coming strong right now, as Huntington can't quite get any offense generated. It seems like every time they set up for their attack, something goes wrong. They can't quite get a true attack coming for them, and I think that's ultimately hurt them. We've seen a few times the hitters stretching at the net. Drews and Beaver a few times really stretching to get a hit, and the Force are going to have to be better than that. And like I said, it might start in that back line. Going to have to really set up some offense a bit better. And Taylor really making some nice hits up front as well, with Alvin and Springer. We see Craig with the serve. Comes Hubby to Beaver, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Right up the middle. Hubby with a great set. Now to Beaver. An actual true attack. So we see Drews come down and Gurlwell back in. Gonna get Faye for the lift. She knew it. 2 easy points for Huntington. Cobb still the server. Mallers with the hit. Real right there. Faye going to Allen in the middle. Hubby getting underneath it. Mallers with the hit again. Craig in the back, send up Faye. Cobb can't quite get her hand underneath it. You see Allen come out. Boma in for her. Comes Real to serve. Nice jump serve. Hubby setting up Gurlwell. Faye underneath it, headed over the net. Gurlwell going long. Craig able to save it. Now Springer with the hit. That's going to sneak in. Nice hit there from Springer and the Trojans.
Trojans showing really excellent ball placement in this set, and really coming out strong here. Already 12-4.
Ball tipping the net. Depew able to get there and then blocked down. Beaver is trying to tap it over, blocked down and in by Gehrig.
This Trojan front row just doing work here, denying any cutesy plays by the Foresters here.
13-4. Foresters in some danger. See Mallers with the hit. Taylor tightening up defensively. Now a 10-point advantage. And all Huntington can do, and Coach Shondell, is just watch. Ladies trying to pull it together. That's going to be long. And now Hubby and Beaver will come out. Grimm and Levings will enter for the first time in this set. Serve from Grimm. Taylor struggling to get it over, and they won't. So this last time, 2 quick points for Huntington. Try to stay capitalizing on it. Down 8. Long way to go. Faye going to Springer, blocked at the net. There's Cobb. Grimm going out wide to Mallers. Craig doing a great job getting underneath it. Depew on the other side now. Grimm going to Girlwell. That's good. Forrester's mounting a little run. Garrick with the hit. Grimm out to Longley. That's going to touch in. And Taylor going to take a timeout. Up 14-8. Huntington rattling off 4 straight. Get themselves back in this matchup.
And we just saw a lot of really strong hits over the net, really attacking the ball, not playing that reactive game, being more proactive there with the offensive strikes, and it's paying dividends for the Forrester ladies.
Definitely has been paying well for them. Huntington only down 6 now, which has to feel great, sitting there down 10 at one point. Still battling back, like you mentioned. Huntington never going to quit, especially under new coach Sean Dell. Really has these girls fired up, knows how to get them going. And Huntington going to still look to battle back in this 3rd set. Don't want to let Taylor run away with it too easily. You see Taylor already coming back out. Here comes Huntington. Something I noticed, Craig, is that the tall ladies up front, Longley and Girlwell and Mallers, all been doing a good job getting their fingertips on some of the hits coming from Taylor, and that's led to Depew and Cobb able to get their hands on it in the back and really set up a strong front and get it going offensively. Good serve from Grimm. Springer with the hit. Cobb right there. Grimm going out wide to Mallers and going to be called for the double hit. Now Springer going to come out. Williamson in for her. That's not exactly what Huntington wanted. Mallers hitting from the outside. Nice hit there. Craig and Williamson both there but couldn't get it. Now Cruz comes in for Depew. Back down to 6. Mallers to serve. Statistically the best server for Huntington. She has 16 aces on the year. That's going to be Becca Gehrig with the answer for Taylor. And now Arbuckle coming back in for Craig. Gehrig with the hit. Grimm out to Cruz. Boma the other way, putting it away. Gehrig back to serve. Taylor just keeping it alive. Grimm out wide to Cruz. That's going to go long. Forrester's felt like maybe some Taylor fingertips got on it. No call there. Going to be Taylor point. And Taylor gives the point right back. 18-10 as now Drews comes in for Cobb. Now wide Boma. And if Forrester's with no answer for hers. Now we see Gerwell come out, Cobb back in. Also Allen coming out for real. And we see Harrell, coming in for Boma.
She is just doing work for the Trojan offense here, just destroying that ball over and over again.
Down and in the block coming from Faye and Allen. Faye hitting it over. Graham out to Longley. Ricocheted out. Score for Huntington. It's now Grimm and Longley come out. Hubby and Beaver back in. Also, we see Harrell coming out just to get Real back in. Hubby with the serve. Allen with the hit. Ricocheted out. Taylor now opening up to a 10-point advantage. See Arbuckle coming out, Springer in. Side Beaver. That's going to be blocked down and in for a Trojan score. 22-11. Taylor running away with this third set. And a miscommunication there from Drews and Beaver. Forster's just falling apart right now. Drews with the hit. And she goes flying into the net. Easy call there for the official. Set point now for Taylor. And Faye puts it into the net. Forrester's down 12 points. Cruz with the serve. Nice serve. Faye going out wide to Arbuckle. And that's going to nip the line and stay in.
And the Trojans take the third set, 25-12. We'll be right back after a short break. This is FDN Sports.
At Huntington University is really here to stay in touch with the alumni and graduates, as well as provide resources to them so they can reconnect. It's just really important to us that we keep in touch with them and then let them know what's going on campus as well, things that they might want to continue to stay involved with or maybe participate in an alumni gathering.
I started getting involved as an alumni board member, and we would do various projects throughout the university, throughout the year. Just being able to meet people who graduated and to listen to their stories about the university, back then the college, and how it's grown today, it's really an honor and a privilege to be a Forester. I knew that this was going to be the university that I was going to graduate from, and I have friends here that will be lifelong.
Chapel is important because it gives us that moment as a corporate body to come together, to be unified under one sole purpose, and that purpose being the worship of God. You know, we have many different majors, many different job responsibilities that we do here, but the one thing that we all have in common is our love and affinity for the Lord. And it's important because it gives us an opportunity to express that at the same time in the same location. And so there are some elements that are important to have as a foundation in any service. Number one is Jesus. If Jesus isn't magnified, glorified, honored, and worshiped in any setting, then that's not the type of service that we want to have demonstrated here. So Christ has to be the chief cornerstone of everything that we do in the service. It flows around, it receives its instruction from Christ. So my real answer is Jesus. Jesus has to be present, right? And we who facilitate, whether it's Joyful Noise, whether it's myself speaking or other speakers, I hope that we are being guided and led by the Holy Spirit. So, yeah, that's all I would say is good.
Welcome back here inside Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside me, joined by Craig Campbell. As the Huntington University Forcers dropped a very tough third set, losing at 25-12, and now Taylor leads 2-1. And Craig, that third set wasn't anything like what we'd seen out of Huntington today.
No, it wasn't, Logan. There were a lot of just lost points for no reason, really. A lot of technicalities being called on them, and a lot of just drop balls, not getting over the net. Hopefully the Forcers can come out strong in this set and show what they've been showing all season right here.
You know, I hate to say it, but it looked like the Huntington of last year, and that's not at all what Huntington wants to do. We see Huntington getting the first point on the board with that score. And the Forcers going to have to take this fourth set, battle back to a possible fifth. Like we mentioned, both soccer teams forcing overtime. You never know, a fifth set tiebreaker could be coming for Huntington. They can take this fourth set. The Garrick just hitting the net and going down, and then an unlucky break there for Huntington. So now we see Depew coming in for Doris. Also we see Craig coming in for Arbuckle for the Trojans. Depew having to go to the ground. And Trojans getting all over that one.
Yeah, it's number 5 for the Trojans, Casey Allen, absolutely destroying it at the net, being an unstoppable wall that the Forcers are having trouble getting over.
Hubby going out to Drews. Beautiful hit there from the freshman. Ashley Drews ranks 24th in Division I NAI in blocks per game, getting just over 1 block. But she can also hit the ball as well. Beaver playing the ball almost out of the stands, but Huntington gonna be able to get it over. Cobb going out to Mallers. Tipped off the fingertips. Taylor still alive. Cobb, a nice dig again. Hubby out to Mallers on the opposite side. Count it! Audrey Mallers with this point. Here comes Cobb. Faye going to Springer. And the Foresters couldn't quite orchestrate the stop. Real with the serve. A miscommunication there from Huntington.
And unfortunately, that's been going on since that last set pretty bad, the miscommunications.
Cobb hitting it from the backside there. Springer hitting now. This one's going to go into the stands. Dangerous territory again. Huntington can't let Taylor jump out too big of a lead. Wheel again to serve. Here comes Hubby going to Beaver. Has to stretch back for it. Gonna hit the net and go out. Hubby out to Mallers. Taylor defending well. Mallers again, blocked at the net. Hubby outside to Beaver. And that's gonna go out. Huntington finally getting that score. Now we'll see Longley and Grimm coming in for Hubby and Beaver. 6-4, Taylor with a slight advantage. Beaver and Hubby looking a bit gassed, glad they can get a rest. And Huntington getting another quick point. Here comes the Foresters, battling back. Nice serve there from Grimm. An even better kill from Boma. Now
More like Boma right there.
Little boomstick action. There comes Williamson with the serve. Grimm setting up Gurwell. Yep. Making it look easy, Danielle Gurwell. Is Doris going to come in for Depew? Mallers with the serve. Another good serve. And Taylor, miscommunication leads to Huntington tying it up at 7. Outside, Boma. Cobb right there. Mallers again. Doris saving it. Good teamwork. Graham out to Longley. Good hit. Nice save from Williamson. He's had him all night. Graham out to Doris. Long volleys here. Graham out to Doris. Not there. Blocked at the net. Blocked again. Taylor struggling to get it over. That's going to go long. Forrester's winning the long rally. Graham going to Gurwell. Williamson again right there. She's having a great night. Gary Gable hit this off the hands of Gurwell and in for a score. Now we'll see Arbuckle coming in for Craig. Garrick back to serve. Maller coming from the back with a big hit. Boma again with the hit. And that will be blocked out. And Taylor retaking the lead 9-8. That ball gonna drop down and in. Now we see Drew is coming in for Cobb. Big fourth set for Huntington. Tied at 9. Gurwell's serve gonna go a bit long as Cobb comes back in for her. You see Harrell coming in as well for Boma. We also see Allen back in up front. Graham out to Longley. That's gonna hit the net and drop in. Longley doing a good job putting these balls away. So now we'll see Harrell come back out. Boma in. Hubby and Beaver coming back in now for Longley and Graham, who deserve a nice round of applause. Tied at 10. Blocked at the net. Blocked again. We see Hubby go outside to Beaver. It's too easy for Josie Beaver sometimes, Craig. And a timeout by Taylor as Huntington takes the 1 point advantage. 11-10. Huntington fighting to keep this game alive.
Yeah, and this is looking more like this season's Forester ladies right now in this fourth set. Definitely just fighting for every point, leaving it all out on the court, and hopefully that'll net them this fourth set so we can see a set number 5.
Well, I don't want to say it too soon, but, you know, they're saying that history does repeat itself. And last year, Huntington lost 3-0 to Taylor in the first game and then came back and lost in a 5-setter to Taylor. And with the way this fourth set's shaping up, Huntington may be looking for another 5th-setter action with Taylor University, but hopefully looking to take the win. Only up 1. Huntington still with some work to do in this 4th set before they can think about the 5th set. But it's not out of reach with the way Huntington's been playing, Craig.
Absolutely.
Huntington's looked a lot stronger up front. Really have been dominating the net. We saw Drews and Gurwell really getting it done up front. Doris has had a nice 4th set as well. Longley dropped in those 2 crucial points also. It'll be Hubby back to serve. (11-10). Forster's up 1. Hubby with the serve. Arbuckle outside. And Cobb got a hand on it, but couldn't quite get it to a teammate. So now we'll see Williamson come out. Springer in for her. I got a feeling, Craig, this 4th set's nowhere near close to ending anytime soon. Hubby out to Beaver. Blocked at the net. Drews gets the hand on it. Hubby back out to Beaver. Can't quite hit it over. Fay with the serve. Hubby to Doris up the middle. Now wide Springer tipping it over. Cobb can't quite get there in time for the save. And Coach Shondell going to take a timeout with Taylor leading 13-11. Good timeout from Taylor, able to rattle off 3 straight, and Coach Shondell had seen enough.
Yeah, unfortunate 3-point deficit after that timeout. Coach Shondell just going to calm down the ladies, just make sure they're playing points properly, not giving up those free, easy hits, and hopefully they can just rally back really quickly and break this little streak that's going on for the Trojans.
Yeah, definitely just saw a bit of confusion there for Huntington. It couldn't quite get the ball over. It looked a little bit like the last set a few times. Just looked a little lost on the play, didn't know necessarily where to go. And so Huntington going to have to calm themselves down, regroup, get back at it. Only down 2, fighting for a 5th set. Something not unusual as we've seen the past few go to 5 here inside Huntington University in Platt Arena. So Huntington still looking to come out strong. Coach Shondell really just settling down the troops right now.
Yeah. Forester ladies just need to keep talking and staying vocal throughout the rest of this set. It's something they tend to stop talking and have some miscommunication plays. So hopefully they stay vocal out there.
See that point gonna go to Taylor. 14-11. Huntington still battling. Hubby out wide to Drews. Hit at the net. Allen then hitting. Mallers gets it to Hubby. Back to Beaver. She'll try to tap it over. Taylor all over it. Comes Huntington looking to regroup. Mallers from the back. Huge hit. Shank coming from Fay, and Mallers stops the run. Here comes Doris with the serve. Cobb with the dig. Hubby out wide to Mallers. That's going to go long. Now we'll see Depew coming in for Doris. Also, see Arbuckle taking a seat. Craig in for her. And you know, the last 3 matches, Craig, here inside Platte Arena have gone to 5 sets, with the Foresters being 2-1 in those 5 setters. They have to like their chances. They can get it there. Hubby out wide to Mallers again. That one's going to count.
That's a good way to start.
Now we see Gurwell entering for Drews. Garrett with the hit, and now gonna call Gurwell for going into the net. Easy point for Taylor. And Coach Shondell gonna take another timeout with his ladies down 3, 16-13. And Taylor seeming a bit fired up and looking like have more pep in their step than what Huntington does.
Yeah, they really are just riding that momentum train. They know that they're just 9 points away from closing out this game. They really want to take home the win here against Forester ladies.
St. Taylor with an opportunity just to end it here. Really been playing great volleyball ever since coming out of the locker rooms at half. Really took it to Huntington in the last set, and now we saw Huntington kind of get out a little strong here, and Taylor right back at them as they usually do in the middle of the set to get kind of settled in and start taking care of business. But Forester's still not out of it, still have some firepower up front. It's just going to be limiting those small mistakes. We've seen a lot of times and Forster getting called for running into the net. We've seen that over the past few games as well. Forster's really trying to cut down on the small errors, the unforced errors, and they're just giving up some free points, which you can't do in this crucial situation.
Absolutely. Just need to play a little smarter, a little more compact and methodical gameplay here from the Lady Foresters. Still anyone's ball game, though.
It's going to be Real, the junior from Noblesville, Indiana, back to serve. Hubby going to Beaver, just sneaks it over, coming right back. Cobb out to Mallers, barely taps it over. Blocked at the net, Gurwell. That's going to be a score for Huntington. As now Longley and Grimm will come in for Hubby and Beaver. We saw these two be very productive the last time they were in. It's a nice hitter-setter chemistry there working for them. Grimm's serve gonna go into the net.
Like you were saying, Logan, just those unforced errors causing a serious problem for the Foresters.
They definitely are. Could be some of the fatigue legs for Huntington. Williamson to serve. Graham out wide to Longley. Craig right on it. Gehrig with the hit. Depew going to the ground. Grimm keeping it up for Mallers. Real right there. That ball gonna shoot long. Almost riding the line there, but nice call there from the side ref. We see Depew taking a seat. Doris back in. Here comes Mallers to serve. Forster's only down 2. Boma with the hit down. No good. Forster's now within 1. Nice chest pass there from Coach Shondell on the basketball court. I gotta like that. Hit from Gehrig, not there. Graham send up Gurwell. Real right there. Cobb laying out for that. Here comes Mallers, just gonna tap it over. Long tap, gonna go long. Foresters tied up at 17. Like we mentioned, Huntington always fighting back, never out of it. Another nice serve from Mallers. Why Boma, Grimm can't quite judge it in time. This is Arbuckle coming back in for Craig. Taylor with the 1-point advantage. Grimm setting up Doris. Grimm's hit, gonna go long. Mellors able to save it, and the force is working together to get it back over. Boma again coming with it. Maller's underneath it. Cobb with the free ball back over. Cobb again saving it. And now here come the Foresters attack. Doris with the hit into the net and down. Long play, point gonna favor Taylor as they lead 19-17. Becca Garrick to serve. Grimm to Girlwell. Count it for Girlwell. And here comes Drews in for Cobb.
And this game is neck and neck. Neither team giving an inch here.
Longley getting it over. Here comes the attack. Boma outside. Grimm getting a hand on it, but gonna go out wide.
And Boma with his cross-court hits just
So we
really
see
being hazardous for HU.
We see Allen and Harrell coming in for Real and Boma. 20-18, Harrell to serve. Forsters needing a score. Grimm going to Doris. Picked up well by Taylor out wide. That's going to go out. Forsters with the point. Now Hubby and Beaver are going to come in for Grimm and Longley. Also, we'll see Boma coming back in for Harrell. Hit going out to Arbuckle, stuck on the net. Beaver got a hand on it. Here comes Doris, gonna hit the pull. Point for Taylor as Springer gonna come in for Williamson. Cruz just gonna make it in time. We'll see her coming in for Doris. Now it'd be crucial for Kelsey Cruz to show some composure and get a score for Huntington. Faye with the serve. Here comes Hubby, leaving it for Drews, and that's going to be good. 1 point advantage now for Taylor. Late in this fourth set, Foresters trying to survive. Cruz to serve. Nice serve. Huntington not able to handle this. We see Depew coming in for Cruz now. Arbuckle out, Craig in for her. 2 point advantage for the Trojans. Craig to serve. Here comes Hubby to Mallers. Need some defense now. Springer with the hit. Beaver right there. Hubby out to Mallers. Just taps it. Craig getting under it. Outside. Cobb under it. Hubby back out to Mallers. Getting a big hit. Allen gets a hand on it. Springer's hit going long. 22-21. We'll see Gurwell coming in for Drews. Cobb back to serve. Garrick with the hit. That's going to be long, and we're tied at 22. And Taylor taking the timeout. All tied up, 22 apiece. And Huntington 3 points away from forcing a fifth set, Craig.
Absolutely, and you could just feel the energy coming from the team and the crowd as well, getting pumped up. A really, really close set here, and both teams wanting this so bad. But I guess we'll find out soon who wants it more.
Definitely, this is the gut check times where the big primetime players show up. Who's going to make the big play for Huntington? Who can limit the errors and the unforced turnovers? That's what Huntington's looking to do to take this fourth set with a bit of momentum on their side. Both teams now, I believe, out of timeouts, and Huntington really looking to push, really looking to dig deep. We have a nice lineup in right now, getting the job done. Start, we getting some hits on the net. Also, we've seen Cobb and also Mallers doing a great job in the back, keeping some balls alive. We're going to find out what this Fortress squad's all about.
This is do or die time for the HU Foresters right here.
The Forest trying to get into it. Crowd getting on their feet. Cobb to serve. Real under it, Fay leaving it off. Gehrig. Here comes Mallers. Tipped at the net. Springer with the hit. Blocked out and in! Gurwell right there! Cobb again with the serve. Out wide, Springer gets blocked again. Fay leaving off for Springer. Depew, great dig. Gurwell leaving it off for Mallers, takes the hit. Count it! Woo! Set point for the Foresters. Blocked. Taylor still alive. Shondell yelling, who wants it more? We see Beaver with the hit. Shondell trying to battle. Letting the ladies know Huntington's still alive. 4 hits there, or double hit, excuse me, on Huntington. Coach Shondell wanting the explanation. 24-23. Taylor trying to fight off another set point. Here comes Real with the serve. Hubby out to Beaver. Here comes Springer. And that's going to be in. Tied at 24. And the Trojans fight off another set point. Here comes Real again. Hubby gonna go to Mallers. Cobb underneath it. Hubby going to Mallers again, just has to play it over. Somehow Taylor getting it back over. Hubby going to Gurwell, blocked at the net. That's gonna be no good, and now set point for Taylor. Looking at a game point. Huge point here.
Glad Arena is electric right now.
Hubby going to Beaver. That's in! Good job there from Beaver, keeping the dream alive as we see Longley and Grimm coming in for Hubby and Beaver. Tied at 25 apiece. Grimm to serve. She put the last one into the net. Not looking to do that. Gets it over. And Gehrig with the big hit. And now we're going to see Williamson coming in for Springer and Taylor. And once again, it's a game point for the Trojans. Williamson going to be the server. Grimm going to Longley. That's down and in. The freshman answering in a big time. And Cruz coming in for Depew. Audrey Maller's going to serve for Huntington. Tied back up at 26. Baum with the hit. Blocked at the net. Forrester's alive. Cruz with the hit. Still alive. Nice pancake there for the Trojans. Grimm going to Longley. Leans back. Able to get the hit. Trojans outside. Maller's underneath it. Grimm wide to Cruz, and that's going to go long. And another game point for the Trojans. We see Arbuckle coming in for Craig. Gehrig back to serve. Grimm going to Gurwell. Reel right there. Trojan still alive. Free ball coming over. Grimm going to Gurwell again. Sliding it down and in! All the Trojans going to the ground, but Gurwell just a bit too good. CC Drews coming in for Cobb. Backline going to be tested with Mallers and Gurwell now.
This is some hard-fought volleyball right now. What team wants it more?
Here comes the serve from Gurwell. With the hit. Grimm able to get it over. Answered back, there's Faye. And again, we'll see Taylor looking at a game points. Cobb comes back in for Gurwell. Harrell and Allen in as well. Harrell back to serve. Grimm out wide to Cruz. Blocked out and in! And the Forcers just won't go away. Now Hubby and Beaver going to be in for Longley and Grimm. We see Bama coming back in for Harrell. Now we'll see the libero getting back in, Alex Reel. Got to make sure to get the substitutions here in the book. It'll be Emily Hovey serving for Huntington. Tied at 28. Thriller, fourth set. Drews gets a hand on it, but Huntington can't quite get it to drop. See Hovey and Cruz colliding. Springer back in. We're going to see Faye back to serve for Taylor. Again, a game point for the Trojans. Huntington barely getting it over. Out wide to Springer, and that's gonna be the game. Taylor taking the fourth and final set, 30-28. And Huntington just couldn't quite hang on for another game point.
But man, did they try. What a hard-fought fourth set there. Trying their hardest to keep going, but Taylor was able to hold it out with enough fortitude to take that victory.
Heartbreaking loss for Huntington. Really could have used a win there. Gave it all they had, just couldn't quite come out with the win. But we're gonna be back with some post-game action in just a bit. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside me I have Craig Campbell, and this is FDN Sports.
My name is James Parker and I'm from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. I'm majoring in exercise science under the Department of Kinesiology.
My name is Paris Williams and my major is sports and exercise studies.
Our department really comes in two different areas. The exercise science area, which is interested in the medical aspects of exercise. And the other side of the department looks at recreation and sport management, which is a little bit more in the business and the administrative side of sport.
Growing up, my mother had a lot of difficulties maintaining a healthy weight. And then when I got older, I made it my goal to try and motivate her and help her. And in about a 2-year period, she lost almost 75 pounds. I just saw how her life became better, and I wanted to be able to do that for other people. So it started at home, and hopefully I can impact a lot more households.
I was an exercise science major, but when I got a job here as an athletic trainer, that kind of changed my mind, and that's what I wanted to pursue. So I changed my major to exercise and sports studies.
The professors and faculty go and take the extra step to commit to students and to influence their lives and really set time apart for us, which is great.
My relationship with faculty and staff here in this department is really fun and easygoing.
They'll chat to you if they see you, they'll come and talk to you, and they want to know where you want to go in life and how they can help you get there, more so than just helping you get an A in the class.
I think like most professors here at Huntington University, we're here because we want to have relationships with the students. We don't want to just come to class and teach for 50 minutes and then go home. We're interested in interacting with them personally and getting to know them.
All my classes, we're all able to get direct feedback from the professors when we have questions.
You never feel like just a number in any of them. You actually get to know the professor. You never feel afraid to ask questions.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on. We put a lot of emphasis on developing those skills by actually having them do the skills and not just talking about them in the classroom.
We have the YMCA close by and Parkview Hospital that's really close by, and between the two we get a lot of internship hours and get to actually practice what we learn about in the classroom.
We do blood pressure, skin fold tests. We get to do bod pod testing.
We have the bod pod, which is something that only a handful of schools in Indiana have, and the other schools are really big schools.
The university has been very good about making sure that we can have the latest and the best stuff in our lab so that we're testing students in stuff that they're going to see in the industry.
When you compare schools of our size against us, I'd say our resources are a lot better. The equipment we have is fantastic.
Post-graduation for our students is very strong. They end up going usually one of two ways, either into graduate school or into a position that is relevant to the field. If they've done their part here, to work hard, to make sure they have good internship experiences, good recommendations, then they are very, very competitive in whatever they want to do after graduation.
I'll be graduating this May, and I'm really excited to start working as a fitness and wellness coach at a corporate wellness center in Chicago.
After I graduate from here, I'll actually be going to Manchester University, and I'll be going to their athletic training program to become an athletic trainer.
Welcome back here live inside Platt Arena, where the Taylor University Trojans took down the Huntington University Lady Foresters 3-1, but an exciting fourth set matchup was the deciding factor, and Taylor just gutting out a 30-28 win to take the win over Huntington. And Craig, what did you see from Huntington, though, that you still liked even though they took the loss?
I just like their fight. You know, their third set was really shaky. I'm sure Coach Hundell has a lot to talk about there, but that fourth set, they went toe-to-toe, down to the wire there. Unfortunately, the Trojans were able to take this one and end the game, but really well fought by the Foresters.
Definitely well fought by Huntington, and just couldn't quite come out with the win, but expect to see a lot more from these ladies in the future. They take a tough 3-1 loss, but they're going to have to bounce right back. So on Friday, October the 16th, they're going to be facing University of St. Francis at 7 o'clock. Make sure you go out to St. Francis and support those ladies, as they already beat them earlier this year. And the next home game, though, to stop by here inside Platt Arena will be October 28th at 7 p.m. Huntington will be taking on Marian University, looking to rebound at home, and we will be here. So if you can't make it, go ahead and tune back into FDN Sports. But that's going to do it here for us. I'm Logan Hunt.
And I'm Craig Campbell.
And this has been an FDN Sports broadcast.